Long after we're gone, we'll be nothing but scattered ash on the floor of a broken world. We spend our lives searching for the next best thing to keep us occupied, so we can hide ourselves from this bleak reality of an existence. Watching time pass us by like we're in a rush to get to the end, and only time will tell what path we take. Meanwhile, we try to push our ideas to reality in an attempt to make our dreams come true. Like the stories we're told as children, each time we pray for a different outcome, though knowing the story will never change and the villain will always be the villain. One day these moments we share will be nothing but lost memories, our names just a scribble of faded ink on a page of a dusty book. Over years our names will be lost in the sands of time, a distant echo slowly fading through the voice of history.
Can I just ask what age you were when you actually...
When I wrote that, I think that one must have been 16, early 17. I was going through quite a hard time. Yes. The thing is, all the poetry that I wrote is not happy-go-lucky kind of poetry. It's all sort of, it's easy to express it when you're in a bad state of mind. It comes easier to write it, in a sense. Rather than when you're happy, sort of just go and do something happy. But when you're sad, there's sort of no way to express how you feel. So you sort of just, I found writing it down just helped. Didn't even mean to write poetry. I literally just started writing things down and it just came out like that. And then after a couple of lines I sort of thought, hold on, I'm going somewhere with this.
Has it really helped you, Nathan, in managing some of those emotions, or do you not really see it that way? You just see it as like, I feel really like this and I'm going to write?
Well, I think it's helped me massively, to be fair, because it sort of put everything in perspective for me in a kind of a strange way. Because sort of before that, as I said, I didn't know what to do with it or where to go with it or anything. It sort of helped me put it down, and then when I reread it back to myself when I'm in a better frame of mind, it helps me to understand how I felt when I was in that bad frame of mind. Whereas normally when you're sad, you just see a blur of anger and you just feel really bad, don't really pay attention to your surroundings. But then when you feel better and you've read what you wrote, it sort of gives you an idea of sort of the dark side of it, of ADHD, I suppose. Well, that was the first one I wrote. The second one I wrote, because ironically a lot of these are when me and my mum have had an argument, and then I sort of, but what parent doesn't argue with their kid with ADHD?
True.
Yeah, this one was sort of, I felt a bit guilty for the things that I've done in my past and things I've said to people, so I sort of wrote this one down. I wrote this in 10 minutes while I was on the 111 to Kingston.
So inspirational.
The things we reject are the things we find hardest to control. If I could take back the things I've done and said, I would. The wrongs I've caused and the people I've hurt. I pray for their forgiveness, though I do not expect it. I say, have no regrets, but I regret everything I've ever done. Like a bullet to the heart, I feel the pain I've caused. I idly stand by and watch people move on with their lives. So why am I stuck in the past, afraid to let go? Is this life really worth living?
There's a lot of feeling in that.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, that was sort of a bit of a bad day. This next one, this is really my last one. I wrote because I was just so angry and I didn't know where to go or what to do, and it's just how it came out. How anger and frustration build inside to the point where the slightest sound makes me want to bury my face in a pillow and scream to my heart's content. So angry, sleep seems pointless, and my dreams are just a dark room in my head, 4 plain walls and a cold steel chair in the centre, with a distant echo, a drop of water repeatedly hitting a hollow pipe. The feeling of being naked, with a gentle breeze on a cold winter's day whistling its way around the room. The feeling of insanity almost feels like home. When it comes to kids with ADHD, the more you try and help them, the more they're going to resist it. So if you just leave them in the room on their own, and I find the majority of the time we just talk to ourselves and just say about how we hate everyone and things like that. So a few of my friends have ADHD and they do the same thing, just lock yourselves in the room and just talk to yourself about how you hate the world. And then after a while you just start getting bored of it and you're just like, actually the world ain't so bad. Just basically saying, I know you don't mean it, and because no matter what we say, the majority of the time we don't mean it.